What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are starting off with the very first step that you need to tackle in order to accomplish your apparel store, clothing store dreams. Every single brand that you know and love starts with this first step, and this is why you should too. Model success, follow success. Success leaves clues. If you're thinking about a brand that's doing 7, 8 figures 5 years down the line, I guarantee you the only way to get there is starting with this first step. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. If you're new here, my name is Opie and I'm an e-commerce growth specialist. I specialize in apparel and clothing. And on today's video, we're gonna be covering the most important topic again when you're starting out your e-commerce journey into the apparel space. It's your niche, baby. Your niche, your niche. However you want to, pronounce it, that's on you. But in today's video, I want to cover not only what the niche or niche is, but how you can find yours, what the importance is niche selection, as well as go through some actual examples of things that you need to mold and follow on your store. Need to, it's required, okay? I want you guys to have as much success, and gals, as possible. I don't want you to give up, and your niche selection is crucial to seeing this thing through to success. All right, without further ado, when we're talking about your niche, I don't want you to do what 99% of store owners do. And they say, I'm gonna target dogs. I'm gonna make dog t-shirts. Who else did that? This guy. I'm gonna do national park t-shirts because I love hiking. I also did that, right? Do not do this, okay? If you love national parks, if you love dogs, I will say niche down, okay? So the category is national parks. You can niche down into Boston Terriers, French Bulldogs, Chihuahuas. You decide. If you love, what was the other one I said? National parks. You can pick a state park first. You can pick a national park close to you that you visit often. You can develop designs and apparel around that one national park. And I guarantee you, I'm gonna go through some example stores here in a second, but if you start with that process, not only will you see greater success in the beginning, but you'll also have a tremendous returning customer rate, which is where you make all your profits. The goal of e-com and selling apparel online is not to profit on your first time purchase. Your goal is to spend money to acquire new customers at the closest to break even as possible, and then use new designs, new releases weekly if you're up for it, but minimal monthly to get repeat customers coming back and buying again with no acquisition costs through channels like email and SMS. So stick around for this video. If you're new here, my name is Opie. Again, I'm an apparel growth specialist based out of Los Angeles, and we're gonna go over tips, tricks, and tools on this channel to help you grow and scale your e-commerce store. So if you love the content you're seeing in today's video and want to learn more, step 2, step 3, step 4, and step 5 are coming shortly. But if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all new video releases. All right, so when we're talking about the niche and the niche selection, I want you to pick something that you actually care about and are actually passionate about. So many times I see people say, oh, I heard the dog niche sells very well. You don't own a dog, you're a cat person. You're not gonna be able to speak the language of a dog owner or a Boston Terrier owner if you've never owned one, let alone walk one, right? Or there's certain things that dog breeds do differently than other dog breeds. And if you don't know how to speak that language, the pros and the cons of owning a French Bulldog, the high energy of a Jack Russell Terrier, the calmness of a golden retriever, right? If you don't know these things, you're not gonna be able to sell to this market because it's so much more important than just your designs. You need to sell to people that are just like you, are passionate about the same things that you are, because your feelings and emotion come out in not only your product designs, but also your ad copy, your email follow-ups, the general personality behind the brand, AKA your brand voice, right? So you wanna pick something that is close to your heart. So for an example, every tattoo I have is pirate themed, okay? I could very easily start a pirate t-shirt business. Now, before you think that's stupid, I guarantee you someone out there is probably already doing it and it's doing extremely well. Maybe you love working out and lifting weights. Maybe you're passionate about your dog. Maybe you're passionate about a specific type of artwork. Maybe you love watercolors. Maybe you love true crime. Maybe you love baking muffins. There's communities out there for all of these people within this niche, right? Or I keep saying it weird, within your niche or niche. So your customer avatar is really the person who buys said niche, right? So if you're selling to a motorcycle enthusiast, your avatar could be a Harley Davidson owner. It could be is it a Harley Davidson old retire guy that rides all the time? Is it more of like the guy that 18 to 25 that rides his motorcycle to work, school, rain or shine? That's what he does. On the weekends, he goes off in the mountains, hits the trails, hits the track. Is it a crotch rocket guy on like a Honda or a Kawasaki? Is it a Harley guy? Is it an Indian guy who likes retro? Those are all sub niches of the motorcycle category, right? Same thing with like tattoos, for instance. You have lifestyle tattoos. You have like biometric tattoos. You have black and gray. You have color. You have new age. You have new school, right? There's all these different genres within just the tattoo niche. Maybe just like a little dolphin on your ankle, to each their own. But you really want to break it down, your overall niche, and then break down what it is, the subcategory. Because if I ask you a question and I say, who is your product for? And you tell me everyone, you have not niched down enough, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this screen share here. I want to go over some brands with you. All right, so we got the first brand up we're going to be looking at today. This is House of Chingazos. I want you to think about, just based on these images alone, who do you think this is for? The brand name, House of Chingazos, right? El Jefe is grilling. El Jefe, La Jefe, Viva la Vida, Cabrano Pero Q. See, obviously this is not for me, okay? I'm not a Spanish speaker, so pardon me if you speak Spanish and, I'm butchering this. The devil, coming for you. So the devil is coming for me. I said, okay, great, bring tacos, right? Boom. I like big butts and taco trucks, El Viejo. Let's look at their About Us section here real quick. Abuelita approved, celebrating La Raza y Nuestra Cultura en Corazon. Okay. 3 years and thousands of happy mijas, tias, abuelos. Okay, so first off, we know this is a Latin American market or a Latin market. They're speaking Spanglish. They're not just speaking one language here. They're mixing in the words, which we see growing up in Miami, growing up or living now in Los Angeles. They're speaking to their market here, right? For mijos and mijas that are from both worlds, 100% Latino, 100% American. So again, Latin Americans is who they're selling to. This is their niche, all right? Going into this, let's go into their best sellers. So if you look at it, it's not just the words on it and the phrases they're using. El Jefe is grilling, stand back, but it's also the artwork, right? This is like the Day of the Dead. They've got a sombrero on. This is like the Mexican boxing or wrestling thing. This is kind of like that Tex-Mex kind of a font going on here. No cerveza, no trabajo. Right? Like I've seen shirts that say no work or no beer, no work, right? All they've done is remix this essentially and put it into their brand voice, which is for Latin Americans. Let's make tamales. If you're not Latin American, you're probably not saying that, right? The American flag with this kind of like Mexican rug vibe going on. I just look illegal. Like, again, very much catered to a specific audience or niche. They're not selling to everyone. They're selling to Latin Americans. Next one up, we got Wicked Clothes. So right here, bold statement, goth meets dad jokes. Now, this image is super powerful. I love this image. Look at this couch right here and imagine yourself being this skeleton instead of this little skeleton guy here, right? If you can't imagine sitting on this couch with these people and blending in, knowing what to talk about musically, knowing what to talk about culturally, tattoos, piercings, funky hairstyles, whatever, like then you don't belong here. This is for a very, very specific person and personality. And we all wear t-shirts. I never wear, branded stuff on these videos, but we all wear t-shirts that kind of like express ourselves, right? That we want to show passion behind something. So this is hitting on true crime, surviving purely out of spite. So it's like a hatred for life or whatever. Satanism, paranormal, bones, plants, uplifting. So they have a bunch of categories within this, but they really do a great job branding here, making your life a living hell since 2010. They call their past purchasers cult members, so over 800,000 cult members, free returns and exchanges, established in 2010, with all the icons that kind of go with it. All the artwork is very like tattoo, maybe a band, like a band album, metal, right? It's very, very catered to a very specific person. Then you see here photos of their past purchasers. And look, they're an alternative. You can kind of start thinking about the avatar here. So it's got to be someone with tattoos. They have dyed hair. They have a lot of piercings, it looks like, facial piercings. They have the plugs in their ears, right? They stand out of the crowd and they're individuals. So this is very, very specific to these people alone. Next up, we got Shield Republic. So Shield Republic is a patriot, pro Second Amendment, right-leaning probably brand out here. These guys absolutely crush it in sales. But let's look at some of the designs here. Who's their niche? I just said it, right? I studied trigonometry, American by birth, patriot by choice, 1776. Obviously, the year the America was established. Second that, something to the Second Amendment there. Guns have two enemies, rust and politicians, right? So like you can tell exactly who this is for based off of, what they're selling. They're not trying to sell to people with different political views or people who are against the Second Amendment or don't agree with it. They're selling to one very specific niche, right? Gun owners, American owners, patriots. These are things people label themselves. We all know the president who had the catchy hat that, a lot of people were wearing, right? Like people who stand behind that probably wear these t-shirts as well. And they got some really funny designs here. So this is like a bush, I think it's a bush light, kind of a vibe going on here. Father figure. It's not a dad bod. It's a father figure. I love it. So you get the idea, right? Again, they're not selling to everyone. It's selling to a very specific crowd here. Saturday Morning Pancakes. This brand I absolutely love. I've been following them for a long time. It's kind of like for the 80s born mom and women. Okay. So I know when that hotline blings, they're mixing Drake in with like Scream. So I Creep, a TLC logo, a TLC reference to the song lyric, and then like the ghost for, this time of year. It's Tricky, Tricky, Tricky. Run DMC again, with the little ghost guy here. Ain't No Holla Back, Ghoul instead of Girl. They're targeting Gwen Stefani fans here. Screen Time, ruining kids since 1982. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, right? So like, look, they did this with the Headless Horseman. Very, very creative. They're pairing their brand with a specific holiday that's coming up. It's September 20th today, moving forward into Halloween. A lot of these brands and graphic t-shirt spaces are shifting a lot of their designs towards the holiday, which is how you increase your lifetime value of a customer, how you get a really nice, healthy returning customer rate, which again, that's where you make profit in t-shirt businesses. You don't make it on the first time purchase. And if you do make profit, you're not spending enough money on ads and acquisition. The whole goal of this is require as many customers as possible and get about 20 to 30% of them to constantly return every single release. That could be Mother's Day, Father's Day. It could be Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving. It could be Juneteenth if you're in that market. It can be, there's a lot of different holidays that come up that people have events for, and people need t-shirts to wear to these events, right? So again, this is one selling to like that late 70s, 80s born mother or woman. All right, Aspen & Co. Here's a brand for moms and dads to buy for their children. So they have stuff now that's outside of apparel, but their apparel in general, bad to the bone. Custom embroidery to have your child's name on a nice sweatshirt here. They have this nice corduroy and embroidery down here. Girl Dad, we got the Big Sis shirt here. Again, Biggie and Smalls. What they're doing when you niche down like this into a family market, you can sell multiple items. So when someone might come and buy one shirt that they like off Wicked Clothes, this brand, by incorporating the entire family, will get two shirts minimum, husband and wife. If they have a kid, that's one. And then 2 kids, that's 4, right? So that's 4 purchases. So if you have a $30 average price point per product, that's $120 average order value versus Wicked, who might only get $30 for one t-shirt. So start thinking about these things. When you niche down, you have the power of giving them more that they like so they can purchase more at volume per purchase, but then also keep them repeating as they go. So this guy probably already had a Girl Dad shirt, and she had a big, or didn't, right? Maybe he bought the Girl Dad shirt, and then the Big Sis, they bought that later because obviously with this ultrasound photo here, there's a new baby on the way. So now she's going to be a big sister. Mom's super stoked and happy. These people literally came out of nowhere in about last probably 2 or 3 years. And now they have a trademark and licensing deal with Disney. Like seriously, this was a print-on-demand company that brought everything in-house, started producing their own products, started doing custom stuff, and now they have literally within 3 years they were nowhere. They were getting blown up on Reddit because of bad shipping times and horrible fulfillment services. Now they have a trademark and licensing deal with Disney. Like that is the power of graphic t-shirt businesses. So again, Hocus Pocus going in here, Staying Alive. Obviously referencing a song there where everyone knows the phrase pretty much, and then we go to Skeleton with Coffee. Again, great. Now they're releasing, again, in their niche, because they're selling to moms, expecting mothers, and families, pregnancy milestone tattoo. So just start thinking about the accompanying products that might not be t-shirts that you can sell to your audience based on who they are, who the customer avatar is. All right, let's get into another one here. This is Piper Lou. They sell to basically party moms, right? Party moms that love happy hour, party moms that love socializing and networking. Again, apparently, this is their best-selling t-shirt. I'm sorting by bestsellers right here. Apparently, we're trouble when we were together. Who knew, right? Again, you don't wear this shirt by yourself. You wear this shirt in quantities with other women, right? So let's just check this shirt out real quick and then look down at the reviews. So 2 people wearing it, 5 people wearing it, 3 people wearing it, 3 people wearing it, 4 people wearing it. You catching my drift here? So instead of one $30 shirt, they're selling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's another one. 7 people right there. We got another 6 right there. So average order values here. It's all about the community. It's all about building your tribe. It's all about speaking to one specific avatar and sending them everything, selling them everything that they need. And this looks like the owners of the brand. And look, that's who they're selling to. They're the face of the brand. So if you fit within your niche, you don't have to fake anything. You know what life is like being this woman or being this avatar. You know how to speak the lingo. You know what's going on. You know when your kids move out of college and you start living life again, whatever it might be. I don't know. I'm not the demographic, but I'm just kind of thinking here and painting this picture. All right. So again, this is for the party ladies. This is for, a very specific niche. They're not selling to everyone. They're selling to one specific person. Here's another one, Parks Project. So I referenced earlier about starting a national park t-shirt brand and not wanting to go into that. Parks Project is probably the largest in the national parks niche. And they actually started off with doing charity work and fundraising for the Santa Monica Mountains. They would do cleanups and restoration projects. And that small little project in the Santa Monica Mountains grew into this brand that now has a licensing deal with National Geographic, REI, and they actually sell their product in the official national park stores, the national park gift shops on location. Again, a small t-shirt brand, right? A small movement of people that were just trying to get out there in the Santa Monica Mountains and do restoration projects and build the community of people have now given, look at this, $2.4 million to charity. If they're giving $2.4 million to charity, what do you think that their revenues are? Right? Like it's probably well over that. Maybe 10 times that, maybe 20 times what that is. Let's see if we can figure out what they give back here. All right, so here's what we give back. Leave it better than you found it. We've donated $2.4 million. All right, so they used to say how much of every donation goes towards the fundraising efforts. Doesn't look like they're doing that here. But let's say it's 10%, right? So times that by 10, they made $24 million. Right? You can't make this stuff up. Again, a small community of people in the Santa Monica Mountains grew this company into what it is today with partnerships with National Geographic, arguably one of the largest travel kind of magazines out there. REI, massive retail store for the outdoors world. And then national parks gift shops across the country. Massive. All right, next up, The Spark. Now, this is like the feminist movement, right? Woman Up. Let's look at some of their stuff here. And again, we'll sort by bestsellers just to kind of see what's going on here. So Woman Up, on Wednesdays, we smash the patriarchy. I'm effing radiant. Feminism is my second favorite F word. So again, like you can start RGB or RBG right here. Brains of the new tits. Like, again, this is selling to a very, very, very specific person, right? This is selling to someone who has very strong, probably political beliefs. They like to express themselves. They're very, empowered individual through their gender and sexuality. And this is who it's for. So again, another powerful figure that you see here in the women's movement, again with RBG. Start painting this picture. Who do you want to sell to? But more importantly, what are you involved in? What do you love to do? Is it working out? Is it being a woman? Is it being a mom? Is it riding a motorcycle? Is it going to the gun range? Whatever it is, whatever your hobbies are, the closer that your life aligns with the niche and the closer that the customer avatar is to who you are as a person, the easier your brand is going to be to sell and scale products. Okay. So let's keep on going in here. Rascal Apparel. Now here's there's 2 brands here I wanted to show you. They're both in the fitness space. This is the first one, Rascal. So thick thighs, crushed guys, mass. hypertrophy. I don't know, right? Bad genetics. Give me more right? So pre-workout, super weak. Too much pre-workout, right? Pray for me. So they're kind of going into the humans. Hunkosaurus, bad genetics, some custom branded stuff here. But you get the idea. They're selling kind of funny shirts to wear to the gym, right? Team no calves, right? The calves are really hard to work to grow. So again, they're speaking to their demographic. They've created this brand around a specific gym goer that doesn't take themselves too seriously, but they do take fitness seriously. So it's kind of mixing humor in with getting gains in the gym. So, all right. Now the next one I want to show you, this one is kind of fit, kind of fat. So again, they're going after, look at the body types here, right? They're kind of going after the kind of fit, kind of fat. You can kind of understand what they're talking about here. Maybe you can lift heavy weights, but your body, structure doesn't look like you're a strongman or something along those lines. Or actually, a lot of those deadlifters and strongmen don't have like abs. They're just, massive individuals that are super strong. So this is kind of who their demographic is. So kind of fit, kind of fat, morning grind. Again, just like look at who these customers are. Look at the photos. Look at who they're painting here. Kind of fit, kind of fat. I love pizza, but I also love working out. So it's kind of like a balance, right? It's balance in life. Now they have these new these aprons here with like the sparkling pink donut. Love it. USA weightlifting, kind of fit, kind of fat apparel. Again, like all the little icons here are donuts and dumbbells, right? Pizza. Come on. This is amazing. Now I want to go into some more stuff here. This is going to be your regional market. So you might think that I need to target like national parks, the entire United States, or all dog owners, but you can make a ton of cash. You can start this brand with something as small as like a local community, whether that be a region, a state, a city, even if it's big enough, like a LA and New York. Obviously, New Yorkers, being from Florida, they can't stop telling you how much they love New York and they're from New York, yet they're living in Florida. I'll save that conversation for another day, but my point here is that people have passion behind where they're from, passion for cities that they love, passion for regional areas of the world. So this brand right here is Chowder Heads. Okay, this is like New England. So Chowder Head, like New England clam chowder. They got Boston stuff here. They have Fenway Park. Wicked is this expression that they say in Boston often if you've never been there. LFG and like the Patriot logo on this one. New England. Big Mac. All the haters up here, and they have New England on the top right. So like you see here, the GOAT, obviously Tom Brady. Popular t-shirts. Red rum, right? They're going off of the Red Sox logo here, but they've changed it up for Halloween. Again, this brand is intelligent enough to start creating designs around holiday seasons. So 3-point stance, headless horseman. See where I'm going with this? So this is for like the New England. This is for a very small portion of the world, but these guys absolutely crush in revenue. I can guarantee it. They've been around for I think 17 years or something like that. So you don't continue to do this if you've only been around for if you've been around for 17 years, you're obviously successful in it. Salem, Massachusetts, again, playing off of Halloween. Boston, Massachusetts. City of Champs. Here's all the teams, kind of colors up there. Fenway Park. Here's a little layout, a little silhouette. Maine Lobster, right? Again, New England. This is only selling to New England. Now, another example of that would be this brand right here. Now, my buddy actually started this brand with a simple stickers and hats that had this logo on them. And they were an instant success. Like everyone in Florida has this thing on their back of their truck. They're wearing the hats. They did the hat colors. This has a hurricane underneath it. They have the American flag underneath it, right? But this is for Floridians. This is for people that live in Florida, love Florida. It's for the Florida locals, right? So, and now they're going into California stuff, but really, now they're going into other interests. So here's like local with the turtle. Here's local with what is it, like a citrus? Oh, sand dollar. I'm an idiot. Turbo, if you're into that for your car, right? If you're into racing and stuff. A pineapple, sunflower, a fishing hook if you're into that world, right? Now they have beer and rum. This literally started off with just hats and stickers, and now they have their own beer and rum. So don't think that apparel or graphic t-shirt more specifically, again, apparel is the niche, but graphic t-shirts are the sub niche of that. Don't think that you can't grow into something that one day has their own rum and beer. This brand literally started off on a napkin. I know the founder of this brand, it started off on a napkin drawing with the Florida silhouette, and then they put local on it, O-C-A-L. That's how this whole thing started, at a bar on a napkin. And now here they are today, several years later, doing super well. Obviously, they have their own rum and lager now. It actually sells at Publix. Shout out Publix for all you Florida boys out there and girls. All right, cool. Another one, again, regionally, Iowa Love. They sell stuff just for people who love Iowa, obviously, right? So take a look at some of their stuff here. They have, this is all farming. Iowa's known for farming. So they have like the pitchfork. This is like a hay bale, I think, little farmhouse over here. Little football. If you notice the design here, the laces on the football actually spell out Iowa. Here's Iowa for bicyclists. Here's Iowa for fishers, right? So you don't think that your niche is too small. This person does very well, obviously good enough to give away $200,000, right, in fundraising. Then they have the black and gold. Again, love Iowa. So this is Iowa. Florida's obviously massive. I don't know anything about Iowa, but I know this brand does well. The owner's a really cool person, and they're expanding their base. Iowa Love, right? Again, don't think your niche is too small. You have to start thinking bigger picture. I guarantee you, some of those niches that you might want to get into that you feel like are too small, they're not. Start away. The only thing that matters when selecting your niche is that you are passionate about it, that you can speak on it, that you can speak the language. Like, for instance, chowder heads. I only know Wicked because I have some friends from Boston. And that word stands out, right? So I have a drinking problem, right? Heavy drinkers up there in the Northeast, in New England. It's very cold, and you got to drink some brewskis. They don't call it brewskis, by the way. They call them pints and whatnot. So again, you have to know your demographic in order to sell it to them. They want to know they're buying from a fellow New Englander. They want to know they're buying from a fellow Floridian. They want to know they're buying from a fellow Iowa lover. You understand what I'm saying with this? So again, pick a niche you're passionate about that you can speak on freely and openly. And no matter what time of day, if someone hits you a DM and says, "Who are you all? What are you all about? What's your foundation?" You can talk on it because you're actually a member of this niche. All right, next up, we got Tuned in Tokyo. This brand does phenomenally well. This brand does super well. They're kind of mixing car enthusiasts, right, in with like Tokyo, obviously Japan. So the Japanese cars and the racing scene. And then all their designs are based off of kind of like anime characters. So if you're into anime, they also have licensing deals now as well. And all their stuff is, anti-stock car club here. This is kind of like, this is a big vibe here with the orange, with our cherry blossoms and whatnot. But again, they know that their car enthusiasts that drive, Japanese cars are very into anime as well. They brought those two worlds together and started an apparel company that does extremely well, like extremely well. This is a 7-figure brand. Would you have thought that if you drive a pickup like myself? Probably not, but I stay connected to these things so I can teach you all the knowledge that I learned through talking to these brand owners and discovering these brands and seeing them in all the groups. So again, this is an example, a great store. They combine two different worlds to make their own little place in the market. Japanese made cars and racing and streetwear culture. And then anime, which also fits really nicely into that model. Next up, we got Shelly Cove. Okay, now this brand here. This literally is a brand that is around sea turtles. Do you love sea turtles? Do you have a sea turtle tattoo on your ankle? If you do, head on over to shellycove.com and use promo code. I'm just kidding. I don't have a promo code with these guys. But again, they literally made a clothing brand that does extremely well based on one very specific person. Who is that person? Turtle lovers. More importantly, sea turtle lovers. Not land, not tortoises, sea turtles. All right, so they do another donation here. They have tons of variety, lots of women here. So I'm assuming that they're probably selling to women that love sea turtles. I would go ahead and guess that there's probably more passion behind this movement with the women. So that's fine. Be male or female, that's okay. Niche down. Once again, when you think you're going too broad, bring it down another level. All right, some great photos here. And again, they're selling to people that love sea turtles. if you think your niche isn't going to sell, remember this store and go look at their ad library on Facebook, because they're absolutely crushing it with selling sea turtle stuff, right? The sea turtle lovers. Now, here's what I don't want you to do. So the last one I saved for the end of the video, and this is where most people start off with their journey. These sites, obviously, you can tell from the home pages and the product photos and the customer photos who these brands are for, right? This, to me, this next website looks like it was put together, and I hate to bash this person. I don't know them, but this last website, Shop Women's Clothing, right? I don't hate their logo. It's not a bad idea, but like, look how generic these are. If you notice, all the other brands that we covered have cool graphics that meet the niche, so other things people might wear, but then they also have really funny expressions and phrases and words that they're using, right? So this brand does it. This brand mixes awesome graphics in with some awesome expressions, right? You see that? This brand, again, cool graphics with some expressions here. Graphics, expressions, graphics, expressions, graphics, expressions. You understand where I'm going with this? This is only expressions, and that's fine. This generally doesn't work as well anymore, but still, graphics and expressions. Let's go to their t-shirts here real quick. Graphics and expressions, graphics and words. National Geographic, graphics and words, graphics and words. Okay. Again, this is just the graphics, but you guess, or just words. We have graphics and expressions as well. Graphics and expressions. Do I need to keep going? I'll keep going. Graphics and expressions, right? Graphics and expressions. So this one's just, this one's literally the graphic is the expression, is the passion, which is Florida and being a local of Florida. Iowa Love, same thing. Graphics with hidden little, hidden expressions within the graphic. It says Iowa. All right. Tune in Tokyo, same thing. Graphics and expressions and phrases. Anti-Stock Car Club, Tokyo, right? They're mixing and they're blending it in together. So when you go to this website, all they have is clip art that was found for free online somewhere, and they threw it on a mock-up of a print-on-demand store. I'm not knocking print-on-demand. I think that 99% of people out there should start this way. But the reality is there's nothing to stand behind. I might like pandas, but there's nothing that like really hits my heart, right? There's nothing that pulls on my heartstrings here with just these pictures that I could find myself, go to a customization website and buy them. All right. Another problem I have on this website, if I go to women's clothing, like, okay, seriously, if you well, look at this swimwear. Could you imagine going to a pool and seeing, or the beach and seeing someone wearing this? No one's going to wear this. Like no one's going to wear this. At least they have female models in the swimwear section, right? If you go to their t-shirts for women's clothing, I want to show you something here. It's male mock-ups. You know what I'm saying? Again, like they got a bunch of stuff on this website, but they have these graphics that are like super basic, super Photoshop-y looking. And for one, they're not going to print well on print on demand because of all the colors. And then when you do move into a screen printed model, it's going to look horrendous. Like even this artwork, like you see like how that's not a smooth like cut. It's all very jagged. I feel bad for this, but the more you know about your customer, the better. And the more you are your customer, the better. And here's the most important thing I'll say at the end of the video. The most important thing you need to remember when you're picking your niche, is that the more you know about it, the more that you are the person, you can follow trends. What I mean by trends is women who wear this style t-shirt, right? So there's women that are wearing tank tops. There's women that are wearing like the Billie Eilish style, or that have like the box cut tee. There's dudes that wear like the scallop, like the what do you call this thing? The scallop? I'm losing my words here. But the tees that have the kind of like the long hemline, there's guys that want to wear a shirt like under a dress shirt, right? There's a purpose for that. So if you're selling like a form-fitting t-shirt to a 22-year-old female who likes Billie Eilish, who wants to wear oversized tees, even if she loves the graphic and loves the expression, so you hired an artist to make the graphic and expression for you, even if she loves it, if it's on some form-fitting tank top, she's not gonna buy it. So it's super important, not only for the graphics and expressions that you come up with, but it's super important to understand what's happening in fashion and streetwear style and trends. What do moms wear? What do dads wear? Right? Dads are wearing those FloJo flip-flops to the park. I'm wearing water shoes. Someone else is wearing slides, right? You have to understand your market. And the more you are that person, what do you wear? Are you wearing slides? Are you wearing Crocs? Are you wearing Birkenstocks? 3 very different people. So develop your company around that avatar in your specific niche, and you will, I guarantee you, have way more success than you could ever have imagined. Maybe one day teaming up with REI, National Geographic, maybe starting your own beer company and whiskey company. Who knows? The possibilities are endless, but you must understand who your customer is. And the more closely related you are to that customer, the better your stuff's gonna sell, the better you're gonna be able to speak to your customers, write copy, write email. All right, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you got a ton of value out of that. I wanna see you succeed. So if you have any questions on anything we covered in today's video, please drop them in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you like this video and did get value out of it. Obviously, we're living in an algorithmic world, and I am an algorithmic girl, whatever that means. Like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next video. We'll be going deeper into the next step once you find your niche, what to do after that when you start talking about the development of products themselves, the on-store branding and on-store identity. You need to have an identity behind the brand. So we'll dive deeper into that topic, and then we'll go into Facebook ads and all that stuff. So stay tuned for the video. Oh, don't forget, newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter down below. We're going to be dropping tips, tricks, and tools to help you scale your store directly to your inbox. There's no need to wait for the YouTube videos to get uploaded. And yeah, my name is Opie. I'm an e-commerce growth specialist based out of Los Angeles, California. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.